What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 217. And we start today's episode off with some player training for Capiche Lewis and Pierre Rocher. And as you can now hear in the background as well, we have the draw for the Champions League round of 16, where of course Sheffield United topped our group alongside PSG in second, with Inter Milan finishing in third and FC Midtjylland going home with the wooden spoon in fourth. I showed you all the groups in the last episode. I showed you who we could get, including some former teams as well. And in the draw for the last 16 of the Champions League, where Sheffield United have never been, the Blades have been drawn against damn. Wow, okay, fair enough. Real Madrid in the last 16 in the Champions League, one of the most difficult ties we could have had. You can see the other ties here: Monaco versus Roma, Leverkusen versus Man City, Manchester United versus Wolfsburg, and on the other page, Valencia versus Bayern Munich, Liverpool versus Barcelona. What a cracker that's going to be in their rivalry. PSG versus Juventus, and Lyon versus Atletico Madrid. So when you take a look at the ties that our former teams have been given there, I would say that all three of them should be able to make it through those ties. And you might have noticed as well in the match rescheduling emails there, the FA Cup third round has been drawn. We're at home to Oldham Athletic. So yeah, Real Madrid, I mean, that is going to be an incredibly tough tie to get through there. Of course, you've got Kai Havertz in their lineup. As we know, he abandoned us during our sole season with Bayer Leverkusen. But I think they are a team we can get past. Now, I might be wrong about this here, but I can't remember seeing Real Madrid win the Champions League in the entire save so far. I can't remember it happening. So, yeah, you know what? I think it's going to be a balanced tie. I think it's going to be very, very even indeed. But the board have asked us to win the treble this season. That includes the Champions League. So, they won't be happy with us going out of round of 16, even if it comes against the Galacticos. So, yeah, Real Madrid in the last 16 in the Champions League. And again, I can't recall seeing them winning the trophy throughout the course of the entire save. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe my memory's not that great, but yeah, I think it's going to be a very even tie, that one, and it could go either way. Still, for the first game of today's episode here, we will take on Stoke City away at the Bet365 Stadium. We're heading to the game right now, sat in the relegation zone and really struggling to begin the campaign off. 23 minutes into the game, though, we will take the lead, and I can't sing this guy's praises enough times. Pierre Rocher, the Frenchman, who I discussed it in the last episode, I think it was. He's been one of our unsung heroes this season. He's leading the way in terms of most assists in this Sheffield United team this season. In fact, I think he's level with Ollie Shaw, actually. But he's also scored a few goals along the way too. I think this is fourth of the campaign already. He's having a really good season there. Wins the 50-50 duel, makes it 1-0, and he almost made it 2-0 3 minutes before the break. This half volley skying off target. So it's still 1-0 to the Blades. We're taking on a side right now in the bottom three. We were expecting to feel confident, feel like we could keep the winning streak going here and get another big one. And just before the break, a goal chance to make it 2. Barry Walsh roulettes around his man, but is denied by the goalkeeper, who makes a smart save at his near post. So still leading by a goal to 0, but really we should have been home and dry at half time. We had all the chances in the first half, looked a far better team, and the second half that trend continued. 9 minutes after the restart, Rocher finds Harris, gives it straight back to him. He's got Tony to his side, finds the shocker, one man to beat, steps around him really well, but the shot ripples the side netting and goes behind for a goal kick. So in the end, that was how the game would finish. Final score: Stoke 0, Sheffield United 1. It is a victory for the Blades, but after going to the Emirates and thrashing Arsenal, a title rival by 4 goals to 1, and then just scraping the 1-0 victory here, missing a hatful of chances. So frustrated, but again, I keep on saying it, I know I sound like a broken record. This is kind of what you got to expect in FIFA Career Mode these days. It really is the same almost every single game, to be honest. When you take on a side you're expected to thump and expected to thrash, you often have to grind out a 1-goal victory at best. And then in the biggest games, you can end up destroying your opponent with ease. And I don't know whether it's an ultimate thing or whether it's the same on every single difficulty. I'm not entirely sure. Now, I have been discussing on Twitter, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, at DocLanders, you guys would know this already. I have been discussing when my new series starts, which will begin in about a week or two, that I might drop the difficulty down to Legendary. And it's just mainly because I'm kind of tired of the AI playing like this on Ultimate difficulty. You know, the bigger games being quite easy to win, and the games where I expect to win by a few goals, having to scrape 1-0 victories at best. It just kind of breaks the immersive feel to me when, I'm taking on a big title rival, for example, and oftentimes I'm able to thrash them by like 4 or 5 goals unless I've adjusted the sliders. And then in the games where I expect to win very comfortably, I'm basically sweating to grind out a 1-0 victory. It's just quite frustrating to sort of have the immersion broken there a little bit. And as I always say, with my saves, it's not about wanting to win every single trophy. That's not the most important thing. It's just about having a realistic series, or trying to make it a relatively realistic series, and having a load of fun on the way. And at times, playing Ultimate Difficulty just isn't fun. It just isn't that fun to play this game on Ultimate Difficulty, and that is the sad truth, really. And again, it's mainly just the big patch they made in January. So I don't know, I'm thinking about it anyway. I thought I'd let you guys know, for those who don't follow me on Twitter, I am possibly going to consider, I am possibly going to drop the difficulty down to Legendary for my next career mode save that, again, will begin in about a week or two. I'm not entirely sure exactly when, so I can't give you an official date, but about a week or two, I'd say, I'll be beginning a new career mode save. Yeah, I'll think about it, because again, I keep on having to adjust the sliders game by game and changing things around, and going into the opposition team and seeing where they are in the table and seeing what their form's being like and seeing how they might be able to play. But then that kind of being made redundant just due to the fact that the AI, again, on Ultimate Difficulty, are just so inconsistent. The big teams just roll over and let you get the win 9 times out of 10, and the smaller teams play as if their lives depend upon it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it anyway. But regardless, I don't think the new series will start for another week or two, so I'll discuss it more when we're about to begin our next career mode save. But still, following the win against Leicester there by 1-0, Ivan Toney doing it for us once again, scraping us the 1-0 victory. We will now take on Brighton and Hove Albion away on the south coast. We aim to stay in the race with Chelsea and Manchester City, but it's still by the league table there, as we're now in 3rd place right now, ahead of Arsenal. Man City and Chelsea, they just keep on winning. They are just not slipping up at all, and in order to catch them, we need to keep on being perfect. Otherwise, we're simply not going to get back into the title race, and we'll always be several points behind. So taking on Brighton away from home, needing to extend our win streak here. First chance point to Tyler Allen, great save with the goalkeeper though, as it was still 0-0. And really, our number 11 in this game was at the heart of everything. If you remember, Tyler Allen won us the Europa League last season. Sorry, he scored the only goal of the game in the Europa League last season, the Europa League final, I should say, against Manchester United, to force a shootout, or of course we won it. And he doesn't always play. Now, he is higher rated than Turnbull, but I like the captain being out there. But he has shown me on several occasions that he can be a big game player and perform when it matters most. And 12 minutes in, he looked the best player on the pitch there. First forcing an early save from the goalkeeper, and then winning a free kick and getting a man sent off as well. And from the free kick, he takes it himself. And you can end the series now. Yes! You can end the series now, and I can end it happy as well. No surprise, he runs straight over me to celebrate. It's finally happened after 10 long series. Remember the episode number 217. Docs has scored a free kick on FIFA 20, and it was such a bad free kick as well. This is the worst thing. When you think of some of the free kicks we've taken in this series that have come so close to finding the back of the net, including very recently against Aston Villa when Jed Steer clawed it off the line. We've come so close to scoring some amazing free kicks that have been destined for the top corner, but the goalkeeper's made an absolutely heroic save where it feels like his arms are like Stretch Armstrong. When you were a kid, you had those Stretch Armstrongs released either. They're like little yellow plasticky toys, and you can just stretch their limbs and they go like a metre long. It's ridiculous how many ridiculous saves the goalkeepers have made, like Michael Jordan in Space Jam, for example. Yet for that free kick there, it was basically centre. It bent inwards, and the goalkeeper somehow could only fumble it over the line. But Alan scores it, he claims it. You see the sharpshooter trophy. I've scored my first free kick in FIFA 20. A little bit of Doc's trivia for you. I actually have scored one, but it was against my my barber's apprentice. They had FIFA set up in the barber shop, and I was playing as apprentice, and I scored a 90th minute free kick winner with Cristiano Ronaldo. But of course it wasn't in the save, and it wasn't on my console, so it doesn't count, and there was nobody recording it, so there's no proof of that. But yeah, my first free kick for the save regardless. Tyler Allen, he's the man we'll always remember. He finally ends the drought in the series, 10 seasons in. He made it 1-0, then Tony made it 2-0 with a sensational bit of skill, and then late towards the end of the game, Brett Wilson comes off the bench and gets our 3rd goal to wrap the points up. as Ollie Shaw down the left assists him with a nice dink inside. So yeah, 3-0 the final score. Sheffield United get the win. 3 nice goals in the game as well. But the first one, of course, the goal I will never forget. Tyler Allen, remember the name. He has scored our first, and let's be honest, it will be the only free kick we score in the entire save. Poor goalkeeping, sure, but listen, they all count. I can end the series happy now. Finally, we've seen the two things we were so desperate to see when the save began. Oliver Shaw scored his first goal in professional football. He's got a handful now, and the first free kick goal to save as well. Tyler Allen, remember the name. But that was today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode with January right around the corner very soon.